All right, on the topic of news you need or not, there are two news stories going on right now. One of them I feel we definitely need, but you guys can tell me. But let me start with the first one. The Queen. The Queen has died. This has been going on for a week or so, and today was the actual funeral, though, right? So it's back
It
in the news.
was.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, the gentlemen, thoughts on the topic? Do we care about the royals? Does it matter? Does this news people need or not?
I care about more than you do. When I told Steve the Queen died, he basically said, I don't fucking care. I was like, oh man, slow down, bro. I mean,
Listen, whenever any nice old lady dies, I feel bad. I don't like old ladies dying, but I don't care about the royals. I never have. I never will. I don't get the obsession. They're not real. They're not even in like charge of anything. It's just soap opera gossip crap. No,
Steve,
they're not. They're not passing laws. There's a parliament that does that over there.
I understand, but it's all influenced by.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
They're not consulting the Queen, please.
Dude,
it's a titular role. It's a name only.
No, it's really not. I'll tell you what, like I don't give a lot of care to it, but the times that I've been to London, my wife is very much into it and the history of the monarchy, and it is quite interesting to see how it's happened and how great this particular Queen Elizabeth II was. She was never meant to be queen, and she did a very good job for her country. She changed a lot.
Well, the thing that I'm always taken with the Queen was that she served in the damn army in World War II. Like she was working on engines on trucks and that sort of thing.
That's cool.
And
but it doesn't mean the whole world needs to stop.
But
there's a lot of old ladies that died this week that had great backgrounds in their lives. Okay,
but contrast that with the last douchebag that was our president that had his old man get a doctor to write him a note saying he had heel spurs to keep him out of Vietnam.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Of course, and I don't give a shit about Trump, but at least he had a real job that actually did things.
No,
the royals, what do? They don't really do anything. It's just pomp and circumstance. Literally, that's what they are there for.
It's really not, Steve. I don't know why you're saying that. That's not true at all.
Here's the other part about the Queen is that during the Battle of Britain, she was in London the entire time as a teenager, going through all the bombardments, all the bombings, and every night that she would.
Yeah, someone should have given her a real job. You know, maybe she could have been influential.
Dude, I don't think that you know. I don't think you know what you're talking about.
Come on, what do the royals really do? They're not actually involved in the government and passing laws, regulations. They're there to set a tone. They're there to be inspirational. They're there for everyone to rally around. Literally, pomp and circumstance is what they're there for.
That is not true, dude. I don't know why you keep saying that.
What laws has the Queen passed?
Here, dude. I'm gonna bring on an expert for you. Just keep. Yes, they have. Just keep talking for 1 second, okay?
So, no, Steve, I won't say that. I won't say that they passed any laws. I won't say that at all.
Good, because they don't.
Because exactly, I'm with you on that. But I think that she meant a lot more to the country than you're letting on.
No. Listen, I'm not saying that she didn't mean a lot to them, and it's their government and all that. And if I was British, maybe I would care more about the royals. But because of the fact that I'm not British and they don't actually do anything and they're just symbols of the country, no, I've never gotten involved in that gossip and drama and all that stuff.
Yeah, I don't care about any
I'm not cheering on her death. I'm not trying to pile on. I know a lot of people have been very mean about her dying and pointing out atrocities that happened under her, but I'm just saying she's a nice old lady that died. I feel bad for those of you that cared about her. But do we really care? I mean, is that news we really need? Is that really affecting any of our lives any more than if Kim Kardashian died today?
Oh, I can care less about that.
Yes, dude.
I'm just saying she's a celebrity. That's
no, she's not.
The Queen?
She's done that. You know what Kim Kardashian is? She's basically a fuckhole. That's all she is. That's all she's ever been.
I think she was a bad example. If Arnold Schwarzenegger died today, like somebody that we all admire and they've had but I
admire Arnie.
They're just symbols of fame and influence. They're not actually doing anything more than being famous.
That's not true, dude. I don't know how you could say that. Have you done any research on that?
I mean, I've been alive. I went to history class. Oh boy.
Is there anyone in
Did
your
you just
waiting
invite
room?
someone in? Yes.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Please.
All right. Would you like to introduce our next guest?
Yes, I would. Are you there, Rachel?
She's connecting. Hold on.
All right.
Is she going to get on camera?
I don't know. Are you there, Rachel? Can you hear me?
Yes, I've been summoned.
Okay. Listen, yes. We are talking about the Queen right now and her death. And I thought it would be a nice time to bring you onto the podcast with us just for a quick opinion. Steve, how do you feel about the Queen's death and what she meant to the country and how important she was?
Right. So as I've been saying, Rachel, I know there are people like you and like my firstborn that love the royals, and I'm sorry for your loss. That's all good. I'm not glad the Queen died. I'm not one of these people piling on her in death. Okay. I'm sad anytime some nice old lady dies, but my point is that the royals don't really do anything more than a titular role in that world over there. They're not actually in the government. They're not actually passing laws. They're just celebrities that are there to set a tone, and that's nice, but I'm not into that. And Nick's saying that the royals do something involving government. So he's brought you on to defend.
I'm saying that they affect it. I'm saying that
they affect it the same way the Kardashians affect things, being celebrities.
Stop it.
Okay, go ahead, Rachel.
Okay, so England is a constitutional constitutional monarchy. So it has both the Queen. You're right, Steve. It is a titular role, or King Charles III now. However, the Queen is the Queen had an audience with. I think it was generally every Wednesday at tea time with every prime minister, starting with her first prime minister, Winston Churchill, where she helped create a steady policy environment behind the scenes. And that's one of the concerns with her loss, is that Charles is a lot more volatile and crazy, and we don't really know. And he's been very vocal about wanting to shake things up. And the Queen, they have, like us, they had that Boris Johnson guy. They have wild swings in their political leanings, etc. But at its heart, the monarchy is the constant. And it's beautiful.
So she's a lobbyist. She meets with the real lawmakers and tries to influence them. Or like Kim Kardashian showing up to Trump to try to influence him, right? It's the same kind of thing.
No,
and that's fine. But I'm just saying, like, she's not actually involved in the government. She's not passing laws.
But she has much more influence than a Kim Kardashian had, dude.
Hey, she got someone out of jail. So I'm just saying,
Understood.
celebrities can influence the lawmakers, and that's what the royals do. That's fine.
But I mean, you're talking about Trump. I mean, how hard is it to change his mind? He's a fucking idiot.
That's not the point. My point is, she's an influencer. Kim Kardashian is. The Queen's an influencer.
I won't
Rachel,
use the language.
Come on. Give me a legal verdict here, Rachel. Is she an influencer or is she not?
Number one, let me just say this is very stressful as I'm sitting here writing a brief on
on real things that matter. Yeah.
And my husband says, hurry up. And I said, I need to draw before I appear on Zoom. And he said, it'll be too late. So let me just say, I am not well prepared to offer.
Just give us the short of it, baby.
Okay. Queen's rule. They have cool clothes. They are awesome. And they do take a lot of money from people. And the Queen actually did a tremendous amount of good, maybe not intentionally at first. But if you will recall, colonialism was rampant in the 18th and early 19th centuries. And that has all broken down. And she showed respect for the poor decisions that the previous monarchs had made. And she was the first person to go to India as a reigning monarch, as an independent state. So there was a lot of money done. And instead of just ruling on high, they have created what I think is a very unique system where they have tradition. And there's something to be said for tradition, don't you think?
I
do. But again, you're only validating my point.
You said that she was unimportant and she didn't matter.
I didn't say she was unimportant. It didn't matter. I don't think that quote is in there. I'm saying that they're celebrities. They have a titular role, meaning a name only. They're there to be an influencer. It's the same as another celebrity. They may have a little more access or history behind them. And I know the Queen did a lot of great things in her life. That's not the point. The point is, it's gossip. They're celebrities over there. They don't really have influence in the government. They don't pass laws. They can go and talk to people. I get that. But so can Kim Kardashian. That doesn't mean that she deserves to be lying in state.
Let me just say, no, 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 and all no. And here's why.
By the way, this is the
Go
kind of
get 'em.
arguments I have in my household. So
Yeah, because we talk about this. This is very, very important.
Yeah.
So you cannot kind of Anglo history is intermittently tied to royalty, monarchs, etc. And then you have break up. I just see Brewski on my screen.
no,
Oh no,
you're
he's
fine.
blinking. Okay, so I mean, I know that the Kardashians have had a show and they have some new show. I've never watched a single episode, and
Thank
they do a
you.
lot of commercials. I don't think that anybody could count the number of important critical literature. Going to Shakespeare, how much of Shakespeare was about royalty and the ongoings of the English crown, the Pope, Romans, etc. The religious history is involved in all of that. No one
Yeah.
is writing tomes that will be looked at in centuries from now about Kim Kardashian and her fake plastic surgery and her
Oh.
inability to stay married.
I have a whole book of
Yes.
poems written about Kim Kardashian. So I don't appreciate that. But no, listen, I totally understand what you're saying. She's led, she did a lot of important things. She's probably a better role model or influencer than most. But let me ask you a question, Rachel. If our president and vice president were killed right now, what would that do to the state of our government? Would it keep functioning?
Well, I mean, it
We'd
should.
have to replace them and we have to go through a whole thing because we need those roles filled, correct?
Yeah, we need those roles filled. My only hesitancy is that our democracy has been so utterly destroyed that I don't think we know what happens now.
Counselor, please stick to the point here. I'm asking you a direct question. Do they have to be replaced? Yes. What would happen if the queen, the king, the princes, if they all vanished off the face of the earth? Would the British government still be functioning?
Not as well.
Not in its
Come on, legal question. Would it still be functioning? Yes, of course it would be. Nobody
It'd be
in the
functioning, but
government was
not-
lost.
according to and let me also just say I actually think that there have been 2 presidents that did not have vice presidents, so you're not entirely correct.
I'm gonna have to Google that one. For the whole term,
Yeah.
they didn't have a vice president?
Yeah, I feel like when Kennedy got killed and Lyndon Johnson came, he didn't get a vice president until there was the next election, and then somebody else.
Yeah, but the Speaker of the
a
House would have
Jackson or a
stepped in
Johnson.
formally. We can't just leave these things vacant. Someone steps in. There's a hierarchy.
It's just like what's happening right now, dude, with the
No,
Queen.
that's my
King
point.
Charles.
That's
Yeah.
titular. They replaced him for the pomp and circumstance. The government didn't need that role filled in order to keep functioning. If our president dies, you have to fill the vacancy.
They have to fill it there as well, dude. I'm just saying,
No, they don't.
listen, it has to be filled. It's always been filled. It'll continue to be filled. And there is a line of succession with the queen, the king. I mean, here we are, dude. You just don't care about it because it's not part of your world. And you know what? It's not really part of my world either. But I know that Neo cares about it.
Yeah.
I know that
I'm not trying
Rachel
to take it
cares
away.
about it.
Exactly. I'm not
And
trying
I
to take it away.
know that the ratings of Princess Diana dying and how many people woke up to see her funeral, there's worldwide people care about it, dude. And it's
Yes.
not because she's Kim Kardashian.
I'm telling you,
Humanitarians.
what happens every time a celebrity dies? Everyone cares all of a sudden. So the royals are
Don't
just
care.
celebrities. That's all they are. They have no other
That's
role.
Barack
why
Obama,
people-
a celebrity.
Well, he had a real job, though, a constitutionally designated role that we elected him to. And if he had died, somebody would have to step in or our government can't continue to function.
Not saying they're the exact same, dude, as the government, but I'm saying that they.
Well, but this is my point, that they're not real government officials. So they're just gossip, and it's gossip I don't care about. So I feel bad for Rachel and for Neo, for those that care. I feel bad anytime a nice old lady dies. I'm just saying this isn't really news we need per se, because your life will be fine whether she's alive or not.
The interesting thing is, do you know that this her funeral was the most widely viewed? I mean, I can't remember what the statistic is, but basically the entire world watched because it has such import on the world and the constancy of British policy and procedure, etc. And
Totally
I'm no scholar of how the British Parliament works, but I just will say that Nick's, after he gets off today, his job is he got to pick between the Crown or the Tudors, and we're starting with the Tudors. And he finally was asking this morning. He said, "Oh, that's fascinating. That has to do with religion, and it's all linked. This is why you watch that stuff." And I said, "Yes." And so Nick is going to turn into Neo and me.
Well,
I also find the Tony Danza show fascinating, so don't get too excited.
You're making my point, though, that this is a TV show that everyone's enjoying, basically. Like, it's not real government; it's entertainment.
All right. Well, we've gotten an expert's view on this, and we appreciate your opinion, Steve.
Rachel, I appreciate you subjecting yourself to this. So thank you for dropping actual important things to come talk about the gossip of the Brits.
Thank you so much.
Okay, let me just say, next time you guys call me in, make sure it's something I'm not just a fan of, an actual expert. Because this was hard. But
I bet.
Well, it's not trust me, easy.
One of these days, we're going to have you as a guest to discuss some other legal issues once we've cleared other topics up. So we'll have you on for some real hard-hitting information. Since Rachel is a lawyer, if we didn't point that out to anyone.
Oh, yeah, she's my wife, too. Just so you know.
Yeah. She's not impartial. She represents her clients. But that's another story for another time.
Exactly.
God save the king.
All right. Thank you, Rachel. We appreciate it.
Love you, baby. Thank you. Bye.
I'm pretty sure.
There you go, dude. That's what I was trying to tell you.
You're making my point. I get that a lot of people care about it. That wasn't my point. My whole point was I get that some of you do, but a lot of us don't because it's just gossip. It's not a real thing. It's not as if the head of state, the literal head of their government, died. But a lot of people think, and by the way, most people don't know this. You understand that most people think that the Queen and the King actually run that country, right?
Yes, I understand. Yeah. But do you think Halliburton makes laws? Do you think that
you're making my point again? She's just a lobbyist. That's all.
Well, even if she's a lobbyist, she's a very powerful lobbyist.
That's fine. And Kim Kardashian got a woman released from prison, so she's a powerful lobbyist
stop
too.
With Kim Kardashian.
Stop with the Kardashians,
she's
dude. You're killing me.
She's a fuckhole. That's all she is.
That's the point I'm trying to make. That some celebrities are influential doesn't mean we should be holding them up.
I don't care if she's somebody's daughter.
Brewski's crabby today, dude.
No, I'm not crabby.
Listen.
No.
There's a new commercial that's on TV, and I want to know if you guys have seen it because it's the greatest thing ever, and I can't stop fucking talking about it. Okay. Have you seen the new Shingles commercial where it's like, you want to play golf? Shingles doesn't care. You want to go on a date? Shingles doesn't give a fuck. So I'm just telling everybody that from now on, when I don't know what else to say, Shingles doesn't fucking care. Okay?
Shingles does not care that the Queen just died. Okay?
No, she doesn't.